When my former colleagues and I first started implementing problem-focused supervision about 10 years ago, we thought it was a new way of doing essentially the same thing. But we quickly found out that it's actually quite a different game. My name is Out Kastorp, and this is Supervision Strategy. Last week I discussed a particular method, thematic inspections. This week I'll try and give you a feel for what's involved in implementing a completely new supervision strategy, in this case problem-focused supervision. So in my previous post on risk-based supervision, I argued that there are essentially 5 core approaches to supervision. Now out of these 5, the problem-focused approach is the most recently developed. The key to problem-focused supervision or regulatory practice is that you adapt your way of working to the problems that you face. This means that you compose a project team suited to deal with this particular problem. You analyze that problem with an open mind, and you try out different customized solutions to deal with this particular problem in a sustainable way. So once we started implementing problem-focused supervision at the Dutch Authority for the Financial Markets, we found that our organization became drastically more flexible and, partially as a result of that, drastically more effective in dealing with the supervision challenges that we were facing. But over the years we also found that to properly adopt such an approach, you need to gradually adapt every aspect of your organization. So in this post, I'll try to give you a very brief impression of how that worked out for us. This is the McKinsey 7S model, which is a useful tool to analyze your organization comprehensively. Most supervision agencies start with a problem-focused approach on an ad hoc basis to deal with 1 or 2 particular supervision issues that are so large or so complex that they cannot adequately deal with them in the regular supervision process. Some large-scale scandal or incident perhaps. But once the first urgency is gone, you'll find that a problem-focused way of working is actually quite hard to integrate in a sort of regular compliance-based approach. So if you want to make it work sustainably, you'll need to make problem-focused supervision an integral part of your overall supervision strategy. And if you do that, you may want to revise your organizational structure to allow for a project-based way of working. After all, a project is a one-off thing that naturally makes use of multidisciplinary teams, which is exactly what you need if you want to implement problem-focused supervision. And once you've set up a project organization, you'll find that you'll want to adapt your systems as well to accommodate a project-based way of working. That concerns your IT and data management systems, but also your procedures and your decision-making processes. Because a crucial aspect of problem-focused supervision is that you need to allow the project team that is dedicated to a particular problem some leeway to try out different solutions to that particular problem. So if the dominant management style in your organization is focused on control and on providing detailed direction, and that will have to change as well. You'll also find that problem-focused supervision makes other demands of your staff. Not only do you need a lot of analytically minded supervision officials, you also need a bit of creativity to come up with customized solutions to deal with the particular problems that you find. In fact, you'll find that your entire organization needs to gradually acquire the skills and the way of thinking that's needed for project-based and problem-focused supervision. So that's not just the supervision officials, that's also the supporting staff, the board, and other executives. Because frankly, if management doesn't really get it, it's never going to fly. And last but not least, the values that you share within your organization need to accommodate problem-focused supervision as well. For example, problem-focused supervision involves taking calculated risks. So if crucial people within your organization value minimizing your risk as a supervisor over solving societal problems, then again, you're going to have a hard time making this work. So that's a lot of changes that you need to implement if you want to make a problem-focused supervision approach work. But I guess the good news is that you can do this gradually over a number of years. And the even better news is that this approach does have the potential of making your supervision drastically more flexible and more effective. So do you have experience with a problem-focused supervision approach? And what were those experiences? Let us all know in the comment section or let me know at supervisionstrategy.com. Next post will be a reflection on predictability. Should a regulator or a supervision agency be predictable? I find that's actually quite a tricky question. Until then, thank you for watching and thank you for working on supervision.